Good afternoon, I'm Travis Riley, and today I'm going to do a speech on smoking, stop quitting, or whatever. Here's my audience.
How you doing, Timo?
Terrell. Sarah Smith.
Frankie Gwynn. All right, let them get settled real quick. All right, so to begin my speech, my topic is going to be stopping smoking or quitting smoking, or however you want to look at it. All right, so we were all raised in a family probably where people smoked, whether you were, it was your family members, your friends, etc. And everybody goes day to day without thinking about the damage it does to themselves or the people around them. And so a lot of people wait until they become sick or ill, and they don't think it can happen to them. So let's not wait till that happens, and today make that choice to stop and quit smoking. All right, next slide. All right, so it's estimated that every 7 minutes someone dies from tobacco-related products. Also, 1 in 5 adults are smokers. That's worldwide. Do you know any of these people? I know a lot of people that smoke, and just think about the damage they're doing to themselves, and also the life that they're shortening. All right, so to go over what we're going to talk about today, we're going to go over the problems and the diseases associated with smoking, including secondhand smokers. Also, we're going to go over the options or the solutions that these people can do to make it better or worse. Then we're going to talk about what happens if you don't stop smoking. And then lastly, we're going to talk about the choice that you should make today. Next slide. So let's look at the problems that come from smoking. So through my extensive research, I found a lot of different things that a lot of people don't know about. So respiratory infections, cancer, you have heart disease, cardiovascular disease, so this leads to strokes, heart attacks, and such, lung disease, respiratory problems, kidney, liver, and pancreas problems, asthma, high blood pressure. So all this comes from smoking to the smoker. And here's a myth for you. A lot of people think that only lung cancer can come from, and obviously the list that I just gave you puts that to rest. All right, so let's look at, or before we go there, so when that smoker becomes ill from these diseases, they're not going to be happy. They're going to be hurt and stuff like that. Who do you think is going to take care of these people? Those family and friends that were there for them when they were smoking for 30 or 40 years. Now they have to watch them, take them to the hospital, and get their medications and all that stuff. And I don't think they deserve that. So secondhand smokers. Basically, secondhand smokers are when smoke goes to people that aren't smoking, obviously. And so the 3 things that come from that is going to be lung cancer, SIDS, which is an infant's disease syndrome, and also respiratory infections, especially in young children. And so I asked the question to you guys, do they deserve to suffer from the smoking of others? I would personally think not. Next slide. All right, so now that we talked about the conditions and problems, let's talk about what possible solutions are out there. As you see behind me, you got the Nicorette gum, the patches. A lot of people do cold turkey. Sometimes it works. It worked for me. Your support system, that's definitely the biggest thing there. So obviously the first one is to stop cold turkey, crush some cigarettes, and just go on with your life. With that said, you'll have a more plentiful life. You'll have a more fulfilled life with your family and friends, and get to go on vacations and live to an older age, hopefully. And obviously that would be the best choice. The second choice is to cut down, slim down on some smoking or non-tobacco products. Now, with that, it's still going to catch up to you. It's just a matter of time on how long it's going to catch up to you after that, when it builds up eventually. And the third choice, obviously, is to not listen to me and just keep going about your business and killing yourself. So those are 3 choices. Now, at the end of this, there's really no gray area. There's either stop smoking and be better, or don't stop smoking and you know what's going to come from it. You've already seen what's going to come from it. And you may ask what's going to ultimately end up to. So if you go to the next slide, so you see a coffin on the left-hand side and a hospital bed on the right-hand side. So this is basically what is going to come out of it. And I don't know about you guys, when I was in the hospital, it's not fun. Sitting in the bed, you can't go anywhere, all these needles in you and stuff like that, especially if you're terminal. And then, obviously, we all don't want to end up here because, that's a bad place to go. We're all going to end up there, but I don't want to get a one-way ticket on first class. Just saying. All right, so ultimately what we're talking about here is time. Time with your family, your friends, your loved ones, having that wonderful life, those long vacations. Think about retirement age. It's not till 67. So if you're smoking and you die at 55, 60, you never even had a retirement. So obviously you don't want to spend retirement here. So looking at this stuff, is it really worth it to you guys? Really worth it to end up in these two places? I say no. All right, so let's not think that way. Let's look at the light at the end of the tunnel, and let's see what you should do. Next slide. All right, so kick the habit, break the chain. I know a lot of people smoke because their parents did and such and all that stuff and everything, but if you do this, you'll have a happier, healthier life. You'll have more energy every day. It's definitely what you need to do. You've seen the stats. You've seen the diseases, the solutions. What would your choice be? You know, you definitely don't want your kids to smoke and die. Obviously, you want to be there for your grandchildren. All right, so now that we're all pumped up, and I'm going to review what we've talked about. So we talked about, we talked about the statistics, the health conditions, the problems. We talked about the solutions, the possible solutions. We talked about what happens if you don't do any of those or choose the right one. And we talked about the solution to choose, which is kick the habit. And make sure that when you leave here today, whether it's you that smokes, your loved ones, or anybody, you should make that choice and quit. All right, so does anyone want to look back in their life, or anyone want to say what if when they're 50 or older or smoke for 30 or 40 years? You definitely don't want to. So the thing I ask everyone here when they leave today is next time someone lights a cigarette up or whatever have you, tobacco products, I want you to think of what that damage is doing to that person. Think that that's someone's son, that's someone's daughter, that's someone's mother, that's someone's father, a loved one or friend. And I want to make sure that you guys tell them to stop that because they're losing precious minutes and hours in their life. Thank you, and make sure you choose right. All right, next slide. I'd like to open up to questions. Thank you. Any questions? All right, thank you, and have a good day.